What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I'll make sure that's recording there. Yeah. Okay. That's doing that. And we could see that over here. Alright, that's classic, Yo, I can't tell what's going on, man. Ah, alright. Fans, guys are better, so smooth. Daijobu. Alright, what's going on? This light is weird. I guess it's okay. It's bright though. Let me fix this real quick. It's coming in like this. Yeah, there we go. It's so bright. All right. Welcome. My stomach is feeling weird, man. But hey, the show will go on. Let's see here. Who's up in the chat? We got. I don't know how to pronounce. Let's see. We got Old Boy Cab, Rob Harper, and Teach Tech. Teach. But yeah, what's going on? So I got some good news for once, man. I mean, all this summer I just been like kind of, eh. But I got some good news, and yeah, I can't focus. I guess the comments pop up there anyway, so I don't even need to see this. All right, so good news, good news. Um, uh, I got the teaching job, so I'll start in September. If I had sound effects, I'd do like the clapping sound, and what else? Actually, let's see. Hey, Dad.
Huh?
Do you want to say hi to my friends?
Who?
My friends? Friends around the world?
Can't talk to everybody. One friend. A woman?
Yeah.
Good.
All right. So here's my dad. You got to talk into the mic.
Where the mic is?
Right here. All
Uh, hello, Matthew, friend.
right.
Hello.
Yeah, they can't hear. Well, you can't hear them. They're typing. They said hi.
How you doing?
They.
What do you mean they can't hear? Why they can't hear me?
Oh, they could hear you. So they're on this side,
Yeah,
and they're saying, "What's up?"
yeah.
One said, "Wagwan, brethren."
Yeah, so like Jamaican. Wagwan brethren, so like Jamaican.
I don't think he's Jamaican though.
Everything going on all right?
All right, so he's from Wisconsin, and they're saying he's from Clarendon, but everyone's good. They just want to say hi.
Yeah. When you coming to look for Matthew?
Uh, never,
Well, she said never.
never.
Well, you see, if Matthew is your friend, you would come and see him and see what his dad look like.
Ah, Clarendon, Jamaica. You know Clarendon?
Clarendon?
Yeah,
Of course I know Clarendon.
that's where they're from.
Clarendon is near to Loidas Vale.
But yeah, all right. So they live in Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Have you ever been to Loidas Vale?
yes.
That's right, I know you should. Clarendon is just our next state from well, it's Clarendon is St. Catherine anyway.
Aki tree. He said there's an aki tree in his backyard.
A hockey tree?
Yeah.
In the backyard. We grow hockey tree back home in Loidas Vale. And if you know Loidas Vale, you know Point Hill.
Which part did mom live?
Whose mom?
My mom? Your wife?
She was in some part in St. Catherine.
Hmm.
I don't even know, but it's some part in St. Catherine, the other side, Spanish Town.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm gonna talk to them for a while.
Okay. Tell me for ask all about what they know in St. Catherine. What
All
the
right.
hell am I falling over?
My water in a plastic bottle. Thank you. All right. I have not really been tuned in. Why'd you leave Japan? uh, um, my mother passed away in January, and I came back to take care of my pops. But yeah. Uh, yeah. My dad's cool. That's silly. But yeah. You had a question. Who's asking the question? Question. Miami love. We're big fans. What's your question? Let's see. Uh, I am I can't. What up, Mike Black? Yeah, I was surprised my dad got on. I want to know what your dad had for breakfast today. Seriously. I don't know. Maybe a bagel. Maybe. Cause usually in the morning Hey, what up, Ty? Usually in the morning I put the kettle on and then I go for my walk. And when I come back, he already ate breakfast. I tried to make him eggs one time, but he didn't like my eggs. I'm kind of no fuss about my eating. I just take the egg, put it in there, warm it up, and it's done. No salt, no pepper. I mean, I put a little pepper on there, but yeah, you know. But yeah, man. I just came back from Zumba, and it's always interesting when I walk in there because it's all women. I come in there and like, what you doing in here? And they kind of look at me sideways and whatever. And I don't be super friendly. I don't be like, hey, what's going on? I'm just chilling. And then the teacher comes in and she'll ask me, do you know this one song? No, I don't be listening to music like that. Then she does the warm up, which is not even a warm up. It's like boot camp, like, shh. And then we go into like Zumba stuff, and I can't keep up with her, man. She is just out there. And then my favorite, what do I, person? She comes in. She got like a hat on, and she's just killing all the moves on there. And I'm usually standing behind her because I'm in the corner, and she gets in there, and it's just. But yeah, man. But it's fun, man. And calorie wise, I don't know if people care about calories, but I don't even be dancing. But I burn like 500 calories. And imagine now I don't dance because I'm still self conscious about everyone who comes because you walking by and there'll be a room full of women and there's me and this guy and me. But yeah, good times. Good times. So yeah, the good news I was talking about. So I got the job teaching. I got all my clearances, my child thing, and my fingerprints, and I got one more thing. I got to do like a child service. I got to get a certificate. It takes 3 hours. Everything's like 3 hours, man. Maybe that's the optimal time to know stuff. But all of it's paid. So while I'm doing it, and it's cool because when I'm on the elliptical at the gym, I could watch a video. So I'm like killing calories and being super efficient. And the other thing, I'm gonna get paid to take care of my dad. And right now, my dad is chilling, so I could just be doing what I've been doing. But that happens today. It was supposed to happen on the first, but they were doing whatever they're doing. And your job, is your job remote or do you have to be in a classroom? I'm in a classroom. I, I, I I'm watching the tutorials or not. I'm watching the training on what goes on, but I have no idea. I just need to see that. But I think it's something like there's a regular classroom, and then we go in there and we kind of just get kids, and then we take them off to the side and teach them how to read, and then we send them back or something like that. Which it's almost like teaching in Japan because sometimes to me it seems like Jeff Home Care. Nah, it's senior care, senior life. But apparently there's like a bunch of them because a random one called me because we were trying to do senior care, and then this other one called me up. They're like, so, and they're going through the process, and I didn't know who they were, so I'm like, okay, let's go through the process. And then I told the person who the liaison, they're like, don't talk to those people because they're trying to get like it's a hustle out here, man. But I don't know. I kind of wish I can get into this program when I'm of age because, you know, I don't have any kids. I ain't married. So I would like to be in something where someone's gonna, be around. I don't want to be old and alone in the house. Maybe I'll still be doing like videos. And we're all around the same age, give or take, according to the analytics on YouTube. So we'll all be hitting that age, silver. I guess we don't say in Japan they call them silver something. But yeah, getting old, man, it's coming. But what I like about the gym is, and especially Zumba, all ages. I think a lot of them are over the age of 50 or 60, and they just be in there, just moving their bodies to the music. I like to imagine that they were the ones going to discos and like just anyone can get into that since it stayed fun. Um, for this, you have to qualify the way, at least for this program. I mean, I guess there's other, but for this one, you had to qualify and you have to say the right things. So we were kind of coached in what we have to say, and once you're in for life, right? But yeah. Sheesh. So basically, right? There's 3 more Tuesdays in this month, or maybe there's 2 more after this one, and then I believe I'll be starting to work on September. So I think I'll be. I just noticed on my this channel or the Rhyming Guidance channel, I have 899 videos up. So it'd be cool to hit 1,000, but I don't know. I'm not gonna have time to be doing videos. Or maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. But it'll be nice to hit like 1,000 before the end of the year, just to say I have 1,000 videos up on a thing. But yeah. Yo, do any of you guys go to the gym? I mean, because this is my first time. I mean, this summer going to the gym, and it's weird, man. Well, it's not weird. Like, there's some people go to the gym with their friends. When you start work, we are still going to need vlogs. Squeeze. Yeah. I mean, honestly speaking, man, what got me through this time was walking, doing my walks, doing these vlogs. I kind of do them for myself, you know. But got 5 days a week. That's what's up, man. No, I have workout equipment. Like, truthfully, because I told my sister, I'm gonna just cut that and go. I told my sister I go to gyms. Like, why? You could run around the block. But I don't go to the gym necessarily for like working out. I just go because it's another way to like just be just like when I do Zumba, I'm only thinking about getting my steps right. I'm not even looking. Oh, I can't not look, but I'm not looking at who's in the class. I'm just trying to, just get my step rights. When I'm on the elliptical, I hope you're doing well. I'm doing good, man. I feel better. I mean, my stomach, but that's a whatever. But yeah. Job lined up. My dad and we have a rhythm. But yeah. But most of my, well, I guess you would know if you know, if you don't know. But all my girlfriends in Japan, more or less, they were dancers, which was just I didn't go out of my way to find them that way, but that's just. I mean, some of them I met at the club. They were dancing, but the other 3, I didn't meet them at the club. I just met them and just happened to dance. So one of my ideas is going to the Zumba classes. I'm making friends now. I think I'm. Well, there's night classes. I can't do the day classes. But like I just love seeing you definitely start hitting the weights. It's good for every means of soul. Eventually, the gym working out is a good way to take your mind off of things. Yeah, man. Like I literally go in there like with stuff on my mind, and then I leave there with nothing on my mind, just thinking. Like even if it's just elliptical, or I do my. I guess the reason I don't lift weights is because I don't have a a gym buddy, and I'm just. But I don't. I tend to do things that I could do by myself. Ryan was serenading with those bars. I don't be saying anything. Well, if you're talking about the Zumba people, I'm just a ghost, just sitting there. But they gotta recognize I got some steps. But I don't really be trying to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy, cause yeah. But I mean, I did see one of the Zumba dance people outside of the place at a store, and she's just like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Hey," and then we're like, "Hey," and then, but yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. If you're in Philly, we lift things up and put them down. I mean, I'm gonna come down to Philly. I've been down there 2 times, 3 times this summer. Once to pick up my friend. The second time because I had a photo shoot, and the third time because my friend had some business down there. But yo, I'm so new to driving, right? Because you remember back in the day when you'd be driving through tolls, there's like a person there and you give them your change and then they give you the thing. I didn't know when they stopped doing that. So I'm like going through the toll to go to Philly, and I see like no cars are in the toll thing. So I'm thinking maybe it's closed or something. So I get in the other lane, follow the other cars, and yeah. If you're really about it, do you ever want to have a family of your own, wife? Yeah. Yes, I would. Yes, I do. But I told by that. I mean, it's convenient because I didn't like digging in my pockets to find change and slowing down. But I was just because I'm listening to. I mean, like imagine when I left for Japan. It was 15 years ago, so there was no navigation on the phone. I mean, people had the navigations in the high end cars or whatever. So I'm just following the my navigation. She's like, turn here, go here, but I think I got it okay. At least I know I can get to Philly and back. Jersey, New York, that's another thing. But following the little directions, it makes driving so much easier. I got lost coming back from Philly, and I ended up going all the way, not all the way to New York, but yeah, but yeah, I would like to have a family, and I guess the issue is I don't think I'm gonna stay in America. So anyone I find now is gonna be like, "Well, are you coming with me?" And they're like, my home is here." And then Japan, I kept meeting people who are not gonna stay in Japan because they're going back. I mean, three of the girls that I was kind of serious with, they went back to their respective. At least one went to America, one went back to Finland, and one went back to England. You didn't really meet the other two because, yeah, but that happens. Yeah, but we'll figure it out. I mean, I think once I'm working and I'm making some money, I can like have. Like, I think what I'm gonna do while I am here, I'm gonna get a whole bunch of these alumni temple shirts and be like, not Cosby because we don't want to be like Cosby, but you know how I used to always rock temple gear. So I'm gonna get the hats and the shirts and the sweaters and whatever. Get a little sticker for the car. That might be my new branding. But but yeah, one step at a time. One step. So let's see here. Um I need to get my car inspected. I never did that either. So I gotta figure that out. I'm gonna take it up to some garage and see what the damage is. Cause my brakes squeak. They'd be like, I can't make the squeaking sound, but they do that. So I think they gotta get fixed. The check light been on since January. I'm hoping it's just a malfunction with the light and not anything with the engine. Never had a car. Never did all this stuff. So it's kind of interesting. I'm adulting. There's a little fly up in here. Get out of here, fly. But yeah, if you done less than 5K miles, it's pretty cheap. I mean, I haven't. Basically, I'm driving to the gym, the 2 times to Philly. So I'm hoping it's reasonable. I'm hoping. Because my job happens to be 38 minutes from my house. I was going to take the bus. That was the plan. But I can't take no bus. Because a bus, at least here, is like an hour and a half to get there. And the buses are filled with interesting people. And they don't come on time. So I'd rather drive and stuff. I was thinking of Ubering out there every day. It's not a full-time job. It's like maybe 2 times a week or 3 times a week. But yeah. I got mine done in April's one. All right, 129 is 129 more than I have at this moment. But if everything lines up, it should I should get my first paycheck for my teaching, doing a training, and for taking care of my dad at the same time, sometime in September. Did you ever go through a phase where you compared yourself to your peers around you? And if you did, how did you stop? I'm turning 30 soon, and I can't help but compare. Is it not healthy? Thank you. I guess it's inevitable to compare yourself. That's what we do. I'm a person that does random things, like in general, I'm following my dreams and all that. So I usually was on the other end of that. Oh, I wish I could be doing what you do because you're following your dreams. You do music, you do photography, all that. But being home, it's kind of like I went to my roommate from college, went to his house, and his house is like just like I parked in front of where his door was, and I'm looking, but I didn't know it stretched all the way down. Like a pool's in the backyard. There's like a little huge, and then I go around, and he has 3 kids. Endless possibilities. See what you did there. That's what's up. So he's just like, yeah, man, I'm just taking care of the kids, and he's like a dad, and I kind of feel I don't have that. I have my experiences, I have my freedom, I have all this, but so being home, I just it's a weird feeling, but it is what it is. You gotta accept. Basically, you gotta accept your choices. If I chose A, B, and C, then I'm just gonna. Because I guess that I could go on about this all day, but you never know what people are going through. So you might see someone with a lot of stuff, house, kids, great job, nice cars, but they might be living in hell behind the closed door. So I envy comparing. I mean, I would have to they would have to be a rapper, a photographer with a drone, the newest drone. They would have to have a little gold single. And then I might be like, man. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's your life. And I mean, that worked for me. Now, if someone was like a 1-to-1 identical copy of me, then it might be a little weird because it'd be like, man. But we all make our own paths, and again, you never know. You never know. You never know. I mean, but I'm also I have no intention of going back to any reunions. I don't want to see any of my classmates. I don't get any pleasure from. Remember 10 years? You told that you know. He told. He told me not. Wait, I remember about 10 years ago. You told me not all that. Yo, that. I found a video. Just a random video. Maybe those words will help you. I mean, that's one of my mantras. Like it's now there might be someone living the ideal life that I would like, but again, it is what it is, you know. And I'm happy. I'm happy that right now I got some people in the chat that have either they've been watching me for a minute and we have interacted. Cause I love hearing. I don't remember every conversation I have, but I love hearing that someone would be like, "Yeah, you said this," and I'm like, "I don't remember saying that, but that is something I would have said," and I'm glad I'm still thinking that way. But yeah, I don't know. The only reunion I really wanted was because when I was in high school, I was in a rap group, and there was a singing group. So I'd love to go back and see. I mean, they're on my Facebook. I know what they're doing. And they're not doing music anymore. But it would be nice to go back to the reunion and like get up on stage and let's reminisce, you know. But there's no girls I want to meet because most of them got kids. I mean, they would have to be like, again, on a similar trajectory as me, coming back from someplace, no kids, no drama. They're just, it's not for me, man. I mean, I ran into one at the store a couple years ago when I was back shopping with my mom. She's like, "Matt," and this girl, I liked her. She lived down the street, you know, and I used to always hang out with her, trying to. Before I knew what being a friend, before I knew what friend zoning was, because it wasn't a term yet, but I was friend zone. And on one day, she's like, "I lost my virginity," and she's telling me like I wasn't trying to be that guy. And she's telling me, and I'm just like, man, I don't want to hear that shit. So I ran into her at the store, and she has like 6 kids. And she's like, "Yeah, I got a 5-year-old, 13, 18, and I got one that's 3 months." It's like, oh, I'm good. But I mean, it's not to hate or anything. Where you go walk around the spot showing a little, talking about borrowing umbrellas. Who was I telling about umbrellas? Who was it? Who was it? I was telling someone about it was my friend who took me to the Boys II Men concert. I was like, yeah, we don't buy umbrellas out there. I mean, we do, you can, but we just, borrow them. Actually, so when I was, I guess in that video, that would have been 2006, 7. So then when I moved to my last house, the last 4 years, in the stations, they have like these rents. They're not like, it's called borrow umbrella boxes. And you just borrow an umbrella, and when you come. So yeah, it was interesting. But yeah. So I want to know this. Did anyone do anything exciting for summer? COVID things opened up. I mean, you know my story. I'm just sitting around doing stuff. Although I did like it, but anyone go somewhere? Go overseas? Actually, my sister-in-law, she just came back from Africa. That was cool. She said she hasn't been back for like 13 years. So, kind of culture shock for her. I do plan to go to Africa. I don't know where in Africa, but I would like. I want to see all. I found, when you go to different countries, I've only been to one. Well, 2, Hong Kong. Visited Chicago. You're getting married. Yo, congratulations. Kendrick concert. That's that's about it. That's what's up. That's tougher. Don't worry about the units for pride your match. Yo, that is. I was swimming a lot. I only swam in the pool at the gym, and it was all right, you know. But when I would go to take a shower, right, the shower would smell like poop. Like people walking, like it smells like poop in here. And then, like I had some like Old Spice kind of thing, but when I would get out the shower, I smelled the smell of like it was disgusting. I would smell the smell of poop, so I didn't bother anymore. Plus, the water was too cold for my likeness. And they got this big window so everybody could see me flopping around. Cause I forgot how to swim. I haven't swam in like years. Going to Mexico on the honeymoon? That is what's up, man. That is what's up. So, congratulations. When you proposed, did you like get on your knee and like, like propose like that? Do you have to? I mean, my image of proposing, that's what everyone does. I don't know if I want to be getting on my knee. I might make a song or be jumping out of airplane or something. Definitely not good. Disgusting. So I just, but I was feeling it. I was going to get some waterproof like headphones so I could do some laps to, because I'm always trying to multitask on some thing. But yeah. Damn, I'm late. I just got here. Why? I'm having fun. I like that. Yo, in the last vid, you said they're not paying you to take care of your dad. Why not? That's a bit. It's what do you call it? Paperwork. Did you videotape it? Everyone videotape stuff. He got a good paid start day. Yeah. So I had to do this child to make sure I wasn't abusing kids. So I sent it out a couple weeks ago, and they lost it and blah 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 blah. But I talked to the guy today, and he's like, they have it. They're gonna send me the copy, and I'm gonna send it to the new teaching job because I need the same paper. It costs $13, so it works out. And he was saying, you can start getting paid from August 1st. So I'll get paid for the whole month, even though I got it. So it worked out. I mean, I wish it would work out a little better because, I mean, although I'm not, it could be worse, could be worse. Yeah, there's a video. Yeah, man. A friend of mine, the one who took me to the Boys Men concert, when she got married, she drove to Vegas, Las Vegas, and everyone was in like an Elvis outfit. It was kind of wild. I wasn't invited, but I didn't know her like that. Maybe now I would be invited to the wedding. Yo, check this out. So I went to the Boys and Men came to Bethlehem. They had a concert. Beautiful. People were dancing. There was a stripper there making her booty clap. According to my friend, I didn't see it because I kind of keep my eyes focused. But last weekend, there was a shooting at that event. Like, I mean, maybe there's shootings everywhere, and that's just what it is. But that shit. I mean, the contrast in Japan is earthquakes and tsunamis, and there's a sleeping active volcano in the middle of Japan that will explode at some point. It's inevitable. But I'd rather get covered in molten lava than, well, I don't want to die in any capacity, but you know what I mean. I spent the whole summer working on my craft. I'm trying to prepare my brand for Japan once they definitely need to go at least. Definitely need to use the date this summer. Yo, what's your craft? What's your craft? Definitely need. But that's what's up, man. That's my thing. That's what's up. But so the video I found today was it was me walking in a field, and I'm talking. That's when I had my little wireless mics, Bluetooth, and I'm like, a lot of people want to do lots of stuff and are trying to do everything, and and when you and the video is really blurry, and then as I'm walking towards the camera, I try to be slick and say, but what you focus on is what will get done. But I didn't understand. I didn't. I wasn't in focus because it. But the message is there. So you spend the whole time focusing on your craft. That is what's up. Run backwards. Why are you not talking to your bro? Because that's that's a story that I'm not gonna be putting on the web. But let's say we had a difference of opinion about stuff. Hopefully, we can work it out. Hopefully. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. Japan's very safe. No shooting after the club. The worst thing that might happen, you step in and throw up, especially on Wednesday, Friday. You could get shot in Japan. As we saw, the prime minister got shot in Japan. And sometimes you hear about it, gangs are shooting, which is weird because technically there's no guns. Around the bases, they be acting up. I mean, they're mostly foreigners. There's a stabbing. Anything goes down with foreign people doing foreign people things. But in general, it's safe. Well, actually, there's been some stabbings too on the train. I mean, but to the capacity of how it is in other places, it's pretty nice. Different shooting though. Different shooting though. Yeah. 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 But, different country, different things. I heard in Japan, as foreigners, they have no legal rights if someone lies on us. Shooting, stabbing, or pushing people in front of the train. Yes. Shooting, no stabbing, or people pushing. All right, which country is that? Because there are shootings and there are stabbings, or people pushing in front of the train. Oh, they do more than push you on the train. They might grope you up. Good stuff. Violate you. You don't have any legal rights if someone lies on us. I mean, you got your friends, like your mother-in-law, your company. They can all vouch for you. But if you're just a single foreigner all by yourself, it's gonna be hard to prove. And I believe, don't quote me, but America is innocent till proven guilty, but Japan is guilty until proven innocent. So that means you may be in jail for a while waiting for things to go your way. But yeah. But in general, just follow the law. Shootings, comma, no, blah blah blah, comma. But yeah, man. As I said, I was reminiscing. I had a whole file of things, but there was a video I made, which I guess you could do it in. It was a video. My friend and I were talking that about who would get more hugs, her or me, and we went out to Yoyogi Park, and it just happened to be the last B-boy event forever, and all these little 12-year-old boys are running up to me. I think they thought I was a b-boy or something. They're just coming up, and they're just like afraid to hug my friend. And I won. But yeah. Let's see what here. I was saying that normal things like happen to regular citizens. At least it's what I expected while I was living there. That's what I'm saying. Guilty. Fuck that. Japan, they can hold you in 30 days. Charge. Wednesday drink night in the Boston. But yeah. I met someone who was in jail. It was so random. I was walking, making a video, right? Walking down the street. And he comes across the street and he's like, hey, Ryman. I guess he called me Gaiji. I don't know what he called me. He's like, RG. And I look up and I'm like, hey. He's like, hey. He's like, I watch you. And he's like, I just got out of jail today. And it's not something you would brag about. I mean, I guess there's someone out there like, I just got out of jail. Maybe it gets you points. Like, yeah, I was locked up for, I didn't even want to know. Because, a foreigner who's in jail, that'll mess up, it's a small country. But anyway. Yes, you're not innocent. I mean, some places in America, you're guilty until proven innocent. Yeah. But, yeah. Yeah. What else? Yeah, I think that's everything. So I was thinking about having a live show on like the last my last stream. Yeah, you ever coming out to New York? You ever come? Actually, let me see this. I met so many homeless foreigners in Shibuya. One dude had a Walmart bag. I met two homeless. Well, I met one confirmed homeless guy. He said he was sleeping in Yogi Park, which is not so bad. I was out there one night. You ever come to New York? And there is no Walmarts in Japan. It's not Walmart by name, but Walmart bought the company or they have stocks in it. Because when you go in there, you can see the little smiley face. I forget the name of it. Because that was the only store we can get at that time, like actual American products. It was in Ikebukuro over by the Sun Hotel or by the aquarium or something like that. That's not everything. Moonrock. Yeah, Moonrock. So I wrote a third verse or a third song for Moonrock. They're coming out different. Got my tracks, I got a feeling, got the artwork. Any students ever do Naruto butt poke game? Cause I'll be mad as fuck. I make clothing. Would you have any advice for an artist? Keep 9 to 5 pursuit. All right, let's we'll go in order. Donkey is cool. I like Donkey. But I think I graduated from Donkey. I mean, you go there for certain things, but cause I don't have it on here, but I was getting most of my clothes from Uniqlo. And if I wanted electronics, I'm probably going to like one of the bigger stores because you can't return any. It's very difficult to return something at Donkey. I once bought shoes on the 5th floor, walked down to the 1st floor. Before I stepped foot outside, I said, you know what? I don't want these shoes. And for like a half an hour, they wouldn't let me return it. Like, you can't return it. Like, I didn't leave this. Look at the time. It's time stamped. So yeah, bigger stores is still an issue, but it is that. Did any of the students ever? I mean, I guess the equivalent. It's not the equivalent, but you know how Wet Willies or Swirlies or dunking people in toilets or giving wedgies. All these are kind of disgusting. Because not like kids are sticking their fingers. They're just poking your butt. So it'd be like that. I didn't do those things, but I know people were spitballs and all that. So kids are going to do what, like Bart Simpson was doing the spitballs, so we did the spitballs. If Naruto's doing the butt thing. So my kids, like junior high is what I taught mostly. But the little kids, I'm sitting up here and I see him walking behind me. I've been there long enough. I don't want any kids behind me, so I'd be like moving to make sure he ain't directly behind me. And I give him a look, like, do not get in. But they're old enough. When they're little kids, you can't really do that kind of stuff. So, I mean, a kid punched me once, and he just punched me right. Pa! What? But karma came in because we're doing some game out in the thing, and he happened to fall when he was close to me. But all right. I make clothing. Would you have any advice for an artist trying to keep a regular 9 to 5 and pursue the craft? Let's see. Off the top, if you could join a trade or a what do you call them? Like a group, like find like a club of people who are making clothing, because it'll be great for networking. The mistake I made, I did everything by myself. So some of the things I might have overheard someone else saying, oh, you should do it this way, whatever. So if you could find a group of other people doing it, great for networking, great for getting advice. Building your fan base. I mean, it happened by accident, but since I was making my videos and then I started to make my little brand, and then I kind of had a small inbuilt community. And since I was doing videos, like my first video I made with one of my things, I just had the hat on. So, yo, what's that hat? I wasn't even trying to sell it. He was like, what is that hat you're wearing? What is it? I was like, it's Rhyming Guy. Oh my gosh. So if you can set that up. There's a concept called the runway. The longer your runway, it basically applies to quitting your day job and pursuing your passion or whatever. And the book, she was saying that before you just quit, you should like have this long ass runway, because planes need a long runway to successfully get off the air, unless you're a helicopter, but we're talking about planes. So just do small runs and just keep your job until basically, I mean, this is one way, or you could just jump off the deep end. But assuming you're of similar age, younger me, I'll sleep outside and under the bridge, but I do like sleeping inside. So that's basically my plan. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna, instead of, usually I just get money and spend it, but I'm going to just kind of set myself up for bigger things. You'll hear about that at some point. Let's see here. Yes, but even the fake Walmart does not have Walmart prices. Like, yo, I didn't like GU. Every GU product, because Uniqlo. I think who was above? I think it was Banana Republic. Was it? Maybe there's someone above Uniqlo, but the little brother was GU, and I would buy, because it's cheaper, I buy a bag or something, and it started fraying like it was. I mean, I do got one pair of underwear, these silk underwear, because I had a friend come over, and I had so I still got those, but anyway. So but Uniqlo, I still got most of the. I got all the shirts, and they got those crazy sales, where like last season's thing is on sale for like half off, and I'm not so big, so I can usually find like a large or a medium. Man, F all that crap. So when you freestyle, how do flows come so freely from the dome? Freestyle makes me think a lot. I think we're all born with innate abilities. Could be musical, could be people, linguistic, cooking. We all have some. We just do it really good for whatever reason. We get that. It's like an ace in your deck of cards. Now, if you don't know how to play your hand, it doesn't really matter. So I vividly remember rhyming when I was in elementary. She'd be like, what rhymes with cat? And I'm like, bat. Duh. Like, it just clicked. But there was no rap back then. And then the early rap, was, NWA and all that. But I read dictionaries. I mean, I would get suspended in school, and in the in school suspension room, there'd be a dictionary, and I'd be reading it. I always read. I read like all the Stephen King books at that time. He got more. Um, and then for like 3 years in high school, my cousin told me I should write lyrics, so that's all I did. Just writing lyrics and sleeping. I wasn't a model student. And then freestyling, I always freestyled. And I didn't have, I wasn't like I just freestyled to freestyle. I wasn't, look at me, I'm freestyling. What do you think? It was just doing my thing. So the idea of 10,000 hours, I hit that a long time ago. But it's the same way. I just covered all the bases, but it'd be like if you're trying to learn a piano. If you learn your scales, then you could play anything. I never learned scales. I just kind of do 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 do. So now when I'm like watching piano people, I follow them all because I just found a guy today. He's like he just puts random solos in random songs. So No Diggity, I like the way you work it. And he's like, what if there was a solo in there? He's just like, then there's another guy who's just like, he spells out words, and then he did this thing where he played like a song like do 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 do. He played it in a different key, and it just. So I imagine he's been doing that as long as I've been freestyling, So, yeah. Yes, should have put it to the kids do the concho. Yeah, I wish I had traveled for 99. Hope the good days. I mean, there's good days ahead of us, but the days behind us are gone, and that's just until we get time travel down. But that's gonna be messy. I have this bomber jacket from Gio. I love it. They because of the what do you call it? Because of the Olympics, they actually was that? Yeah, there used to be a bookstore in Shibuya, and they changed it into a GU, a big ass GU. It's alright, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I do miss this. In Japan, if I was like outside and I needed somewhere to hang out, you could just walk into the Starbucks and sit there. I'm not paying no. I used to pay just to sit there, but I just be sitting in there using their Wi-Fi. And I also miss toilets, man. Any toilet in Japan is like 18 billion times better than the toilets. I don't even like going to the bathroom in my own house. It's my own house. So definitely, but I'm going to, as I said, my stomach was hurting. I was thinking about this. Like, the toilet game in Japan, man. When I get my own house, I'm probably going to import one of those toilets with the buttons and probably modify it so I can make beats while I'm on the toilet seat. But yeah, man. Good times. Good times. But yeah. I wish I traveled to Japan. Yo, I had the opportunity to go to Australia, and I didn't. And I do regret that because it's nice to say I've been to this country and I've been to that country. Yo. When I first came to Japan as a student, we had those toilets in we had the toilets. And I was so intimidated by all those buttons. I'm like, I'm not pushing anything. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't want anything doing anything to me. But one day, I pushed the button. I'm like, well, wow. Wow. Okay. And after that, I was sold, man. Sometimes you go there and it's broken and you push buttons and it doesn't work. On a cold day, you come out of the street and you're all like frozen and and you sit down on a nice warm seat. I don't care what anybody says. I like my warm seat on my toilet because when I came home, it was wintertime, right? And you go in there and it's just like you gotta get ready for that cold porcelain. Yeah, I agree about the toilets, but the ones in Buenos Aires suck. They always. I don't. When were you there? Because of the Olympics, they went through all those squatter toilets and they just like renovated all of that. So then, I mean, some people like the squatters, so they kept one for like nostalgia people. Because my student, like my adult students, like yeah, I want the squatter. Like why? He's like, because that's just what it is. But they really like I went when I had my drone. I went like an hour and 2 hours out of Tokyo, on the edge of Tokyo, and I'm in this like wilderness. Like there's a warning for bears for out there, right? And I went to the bathroom and it was like a like the one with the buttons, like with the heated seats and everything. So even way out there, they just upgraded. Let's see whatever the shot got. Hey man, how's it going? How's all hope? I mean, things are good, man. Dookie beats. Things are good. I mean, there's some things that could be better, but all in all, man, I don't know if you remember. I said some random store guy gave me a box of cookies, right? And I ate the box of cookies in like 3 days. So since August, I've been kind of fasting from snacks and cookies and all that. So I feel healthy. I'll be drinking water. I got my water here. At the gym, I do like a liter of water. So I feel better. Mentally. The lyrics are coming out, man. Every time here's a preview of one of my raps. It was, the beat is kind of like, whatever. But it goes, actually, you just gotta wait. I'm not giving this away. But I guess this is the point of it being live. So it goes something like it goes, actually, I got it here. Let's see here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, no, it's not that one. Okay, Moonrock. All right, it goes. It's kind of. So what I'm worried about is going to be all depressing, but I'm just speaking what has been going on. So I'm trying to balance it out. But this is what this song goes. It goes. I lost my mom, I lost my job, lost the home where I was living. For a moment, I lost my mind, but it's back to the usual business. I lost my privacy because everybody seems to be all up in it. I lost my piece of pride. It's hard to tell guys I'm really winning. It just goes on like that. But it's not like, it's after the fact because now I moved on to a different space. So, but yeah, just tell them. So, but yeah. Hey man, how's it going? Will you be installing a beat? Not in this house, cause the amount of water that be wasted, and my dad does not like. I've been banned from washing dishes, cause when I wash dishes, I just let that water run and just be like. Psh, 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 psh. But my dad did have a good point, cause he takes that water and he waters the garden with it, and the way I do it, no one's getting that water. But yeah, I've been banned from doing dishes. But when I have my own house, I'm going to get one of those installed and be chilling. Actually, I'll have two in there. So one for me and guests, and everyone else is going to have to use the other bathroom. I don't want anybody else. Kind of like the episode of Rick and Morty, where he had a little island for his toilet seat. It's going to be like that. Nobody's going to sit. Even if I have like a little friend, she comes over like, can I sit on your No. You're going to sit on that one over there. No one sits on here. Like, but I'm your girlfriend. Nope. And that's when we break up. She's like, you love your toilet more than me? Nah. Nah. But yeah. Yeah. Where are we at? 10 o'clock. Man, time just be flying. Time just be flying. Actually, time doesn't fly when I'm watching the videos on the training for my new job. Time like stops. It's funny how time doesn't change. We all have the same amount of time, but depending on who you are and where you are and what you're doing, it kind of shifts or changes. Like if you're in traffic, it seems to sit. So I put on a video, and next thing you know, I'm asleep. And then I get up, I go downstairs, I start making music, and then time just be zooming away. It's interesting, man. Interesting. It's kind of like so I still go to therapy, and I go twice a week. Cause last time she's like, "You want to come twice?" Like, yeah, sure, why not? And it works because I got a whole bunch of stuff to unload, and 1 hour doesn't do it because it just. But what's interesting, when she met me, she was kind of like, you can't do that, and that's illegal. Cause I'm from the hood, so sometimes illegal things happen with things. I'm just like, hey, this is what happens around here. She's like, that's illegal. I'm like, well, that's what it is. Hey, what up? About to turn 32. I've been in Japan for 7 years, thinking about coming back. Oh, you're there. I'm sick of teaching, but it's gonna be rough. Well, happy early birthday, Tanjobi Omedeto. 7 years thinking about. So, for people who never been to Japan, they think Japan is like the rest of it. But if you live there and you've been there, you could be there for like a day. It depends on. But I think if you're in a position, get yourself the PR. I messed up. I didn't get it. So get your PR and then come home and just chill, whatever. And if you don't like being here, then go back. I mean, you can always go back, but at least the PR you don't have to worry about. Well, it's just one less thing to worry about. But I've seen people stay too long and they just started to crack. I think it was happening to me, man. I started getting into arguments with Don Quixote because they wouldn't let me return stuff. I had like the worst teacher one year. Like she was just like the worst. And then the way my company handled it, it's like I got to go home. So I was planning on coming home for like a year and hanging out with my mom and dad and just kind of getting a break and then going back. But I mean, it depends. Like me being home, there's a whole bunch of stuff. But other people, maybe you have like, great relationships with your siblings, and your friends will be at the airport with a big sign saying welcome home. But yeah. But a break is good. Like I think coming home was good because when I do go back, I'm gonna be so focused. If you might remember me saying, I don't want to learn Japanese because I'm not Japanese, or I don't feel like it. But when I go back, even now, I'm thinking about going to school to learn Japanese here because it'll be easier to just get into a little program, or whatever. But when I go back, I'm gonna hit the ground running because it is. I've seen what the other choice is. It's nice when you don't gotta deal with any. Man. Now when it works, it works. Like my last job I had, it was kind of hands off. It's like, you've been teaching, man. You know what to do. So they never bothered me. I mean, you still got to show up on time and you got to do your job, but how you do your job? Like I'd be in there and be like, the kid be like, oh man, I've never seen a caterpillar. And I'd be like, you never seen a caterpillar? And I would pull up and I would type in caterpillar, and I was always nervous because some terms might pull up some things and I didn't want to be that guy. I didn't know how strong their block thing was. And the whole lesson will be about a caterpillar because this kid never seen one. And then the teacher's like, wow, I like that. Like, no one ever. But then you get a bad kid, and then. But. Yeah. And, I've been there for 15, so it's kind of easier for me. I really don't want to relearn how to be American. Because there's some things I just don't. Like, I don't want to be. Yeah. Yeah. But, yeah, man. Which part of Japan are you at? LI 1190. One of my friends, they lived in the same area that I was living at, but I moved. And then I met him through work. And she was saying that she's seen me. I'm like, yeah, you probably did. But yeah, I remember watching Freestyle on the convertible in Japan. I believe it was on your Messy Pro channel. I want to get those RG headphones. I wish I had. Yeah. I wish I had. The headphones were great, man. I loved the headphones. One of the biggest compliments I got for the headphones. So when they came out, the Beats came out. I mean, they were doing more R&D. They've probably been out before. But so for that Christmas, my nephew, who was like 7 at the time, he had his Beats on. And then I had my RG headphones, and he put on the Beats, he listened, and then he put on the RGs, and he listened, and he said, I like these, and he just was rocking the RGs. And I'm like, yeah. Now maybe it was because it was lighter, maybe because the sound wasn't so big. Whatever it was, he chose that one. It was. And then for that Christmas, you know what my brother got me? He got me Beats. It's like, but then I at least got to test the product, and I was just blown away because do I have the Beats up here? They're downstairs, but it has. They were made out of better quality material, the boxes, all that, but they broke. Like, they weren't indestructible. I've been watching you for years. I remember watching the Freestyle. Yeah. Oh man, Freestyle. I it'd be like, it's just different. Of course, I can freestyle in America, and I guess I could set things up, but it's just different. Been giving me a nice little offer for about a year. Japan is different. Time. All right, Saitama. Saitama. That's where I first came in at Saitama. Yeah. COVID just messed everything up. I think we all. I guess there's somebody out there who's like, yeah, man. Maybe like Pfizer. I heard they made like billions of dollars. So I think they're like, yeah, COVID. But everyone else, it just kind of disrupted. Like, a lot of people lost people because of COVID, lost jobs, and like, if there was no COVID, I wouldn't be here. I mean, maybe. I mean, people get sick, parents are old, but probably I wouldn't be here. I'd be somewhere else. It's like a lost year, man. Yeah. So I'm happy, things are kind of going back. But that's nice that you're getting a stipend from Japan. You remember when they gave us the stimulus check? Like, I didn't even know about it because I don't be following people. At this point, I'm not even online anymore. I'm just kind of living my life. But my friends, they kind of like, yeah, they're giving out stimulus checks. You just got to fill out this. And I was like, I don't even know, man. So I fill it out. And then they're like, fill out the one in America. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm here. So I filled it out. And then I got 2. I got the one for America. I got the one for Japan. And I got the extra. I got all of them. And I was just like, not even expecting it. You still working with Cheddar music-wise? No. Our last project together was SMF. And it was just, I don't think I'd ever go on Vlad TV, but it's one of those things. I'd be sitting in a chair like, yeah, man. He'd be like, you still talk to, but I'll say this: he was ahead of his time. Like he was. There's so much I can learn from him now, or then, and you know, things went the way they went. But I mean, he did reach out, and he when my mom passed away, and he said my condolences and all that. So that's what's up. But yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, phenomenal beat maker, man. Phenomenal, phenomenal. I met a couple great, amazing beat makers. There's the guy who made Tokyo Bartender, Don. He's amazing because he was playing that shit like um some crazy finger drummers, amazing singers, so many amazing people, man. Amazing. Yeah. I was surprised. I thought that foreigners wouldn't qualify, but they do. Japan does locate. I mean, most of us. Well, I'm not there anymore. I can't say. But most foreigners in Japan, they pay their taxes and they're contributing to the society. They're working, they're taking care of the kids or whatever job they happen to do. So, we like so we are entitled. But other ones, they try to work the systems. They don't do what they're supposed to do. They're not entitled. I guess it's like that with any place. And if like I wouldn't have known about the Japanese stimulus because, yeah, they might, like my thing was if they send mail to my house and it's not in English, it doesn't pertain to me. Now, that didn't really work out because some things, but, yeah. Yeah. I do miss Japan, but I'm not like, as I always tell people, it's not going anywhere, man. I thought I missed pre-code, missed the hip hop club scene for man. Well, you know what's crazy? I don't know where you're in Saitama, but one time I met I met this producer guy, right? And it was dope because he had his own studio. Like he was in Japan on like a music visa, and he had his own studio business, which was dope. I never met anyone like that. And he had his own apartment because they in the beginning you couldn't do that kind of stuff. It was really hard for foreigners to get the red tape. So we're talking, and we end up talking till like 11:59, and I'm thinking I could reach the train, but after I did a quick Google check, it's like for me to hit the train, I would have to be magically in front of the train to get the one. Anyway, so I ended up missing the train, and the place in between was Shibuya. So I get dropped off at Shibuya, because Shibuya. And when I got there was so many people. It was like, it looked like pre-COVID nightlife. The streets were crowded with kids, young people, with their little chu-hais in hand, and they're just making little picnics, no masks. It was just surreal. Like this was right. This would have been. It wasn't cold out. I don't know, October maybe. I don't know, but it was just the streets were packed. Like they were, and the clubs were open, or at least there was places with lines of people going inside. It was just I do miss the clubs. I mean, I stopped going after a while because I'm an old head and my knees can't keep up with the young people. And the music is weird. I didn't like the music, but I used to love the clubs. I mean, I didn't even go clubbing. Tokyo has been popping again, from what I heard. So has that infection number 2. Yeah, I'm surprised because we had the trains in Japan, and everyone's on the train in those tight quarters and stuff. The kids in schools weren't wearing their masks. So I was thinking, we're at ground zero for like massive infections, but it was pretty good, I guess. But they were wearing masks, so I mean, this is different. They weren't like well, there was people protesting in the streets saying it's a lie. Have you ever been to C4C? What's going on? Have you ever met any foreigner that complained that Japan was nothing like they thought it would be? And yes, I met a lot. And I was saying in the last one is because if you grew up watching anime or watching other YouTubers, that all portrays it in one way. I didn't watch any of that, so I just it's kind of like Yoyogi has one of the biggest shrines for New Year's, right? It's a big, massive thing. So one day I just happened to be coming down and I happened to see a whole bunch of people walking in that direction. I didn't even know what was there. So I just got in line and now this is before cell phones and all that. So I'm just walking and I ended up going to the shrine on a New Year's. So that's kind of my thing. I knew nothing about Japan. I knew nothing. Yeah, I can say that. I didn't know nothing. Still going to say that. So I didn't have any expectations. So I didn't. It wasn't a. Now, when I get a new Mac, I have an expectation. When they say it is 10 times faster or 4 times faster than the last one, and then I'm doing something and I don't feel that it's 4 times faster, I'd be upset. I actually went to the Mac store. I said, how are you going to say this is 4 times faster when clearly my other Mac, which is all old, and he's like, well, different process. So I met, let's see here. We had, maybe the best one. There was this guy, this white guy from the Midwest. And when I met him, on this day, I was being extra friendly. So I'm like saying hello to everyone. Usually I just be in my own thing. So I'm like, hey, what's going on? He's like, hey, what's going on? Hey, where are you from? He's like, I'm from the Midwest. I'm like, oh, wow, cool. I noticed your accent. And I talked to everyone that day, right? And he's just like, he's he wants to draw manga. That's why he's here. And he's going to try to be a drawer. He's going to try to work at a manga thing. So he comes all the way to Japan. And, every day he talked to his parents, which is not a plus or a minus, whatever. But he talked to his parents. And we were in a group setting. So there's 3 Jamaicans, himself, a guy, me, and some other person. And he said something like, I like black women. It was just so odd, but that was his nature, He's just like, I like black women. Like, oh, you like black women? What you like about us? And he's just like, because you guys say the truth. It was just so weird. So he showed his manga, and it was like, like the big-breasted, big-eyed thing. And he was saying that the teachers said it was inappropriate. And he's like, but this is Japan. This is your culture. And the teacher was just like, it's inappropriate. Because I think he showed the kids, hey, look at my drawings. And eventually he was dating someone that he met, a Japanese woman from Tinder. And I think she took his virginity, and he was just saying like she makes me have sex with her. It was just so weird. And then he just kind of and now we had we had a talk one time, and we're just talking for like 2 hours in the subway, right? And he's just like, I want to be a manga. I want to draw manga. I don't know how to do it. And he kind of figured out that in Japan you got to work hard, and you don't get paid for it. And he's just like, I don't want to work hard. So he ended up getting sick, and then he emailed me like, "Yo, I'm sick. What should I do?" And I'm like, "Talk to the company," because we worked at the same company. And then he just left. And that was the end of his story. But at one point he said, "This is not what I thought Japan would be." Yeah, and I didn't take me out to the local club, emphasize old school hip hop. I never go to Tuck. I never go to Tuck. I mean, it takes work and diligence, and because there's the black guy who made his own manga company around the same time. I was telling that guy, he's like, yeah, but this and but that, but that's what he went out there to do, and you got to know people, and you got to, because he didn't go out, he just sat in the house and drew, and I was like, you got to get out there, man. And I tried to tell him, I do my little YouTube thing, and I go to the clubs, like I was looking for places to perform, so I looked at I just Googled something, and there was this little spot, so I went there the first time, and she's like, "Who are you?" I'm like, I rap. She's like, "You want to perform?" I was like, "Okay, I'll perform." And I came back, and I did my little thing, and then this guy's like, "Yeah, I work for Sony." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I make beats. Like, "Oh, okay, you make beats," because I don't care about the Sony part. But we didn't talk, and then during the COVID time, he's like, "Hey man, if can you write a song and I'll pay you?" I'm like, sure. And long story short, I got $500 to write a song for some random person to sing it. If I would have sung it myself, I would have got like more than $500. But it took me like a minute, just little, and it's only because I went out of my comfort zone, and this guy, he didn't do all that, and he went back to where he was. More power to him. I hope he's good. People come to Japan with a dream but end up teaching for years. Instead, Japan is a huge grabber of crushed dreams. I mean, yeah, I would say that's like anything, anywhere. Like for me, teaching wasn't my like. I did grow to like teaching, but like, and it might change, but I got my master's at my desk because you have all that free time. So yeah, you can't leave, which was annoying. Later on, I would be leaving because whatever. Catch me if you can. Catch me outside. But I got my master's. I broke a record. I did all, like you've seen the videos. I did all that stuff because I was teaching. Because like if you were doing any other job, you'd be working differently. Like if you were a salary man, you'd be working like a salary man. But teachers, it's how you use. Like I would talk to some of my I would be like, "What did you do this weekend?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, I sat home watching Netflix, drinking." You get what you get. You get, I guess, giggle. Garbage in, garbage out. Cause, but that's me. Like when I was working at a factory in Japan making cups, I was writing raps in my head. When I was working at Walmart, I was writing raps. It doesn't really matter where I work. I'm going to be writing raps. But I guess the thing about teaching in Japan is you need a plan. Like you just got to come there with a plan and just stay focused. Don't get distracted by things. I mean, some would argue that, but yeah, we do. I mean, at the height of my productivity, I started going to bed at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, so I could wake up at 3 o'clock. Get your 6, 7 hours sleep. Wake up at 3. This was during COVID time, so all of us were like kind of stuck in the house, and I would practice piano. Then I go for my walk, and I was exercising in the house, doing some push-ups and all that shit, and all that would be finished before I even would leave the house around 8. It was beautiful. Do my raps and all that. Because, staying up till 3 a.m., for me, my brain kind of stops working. But in the morning, it just sparks. But I can't say I do that all the time. I have my moments. Indeed, it meant somebody trying to escape home while living in Japan, not knowing you can't escape. Yeah, man. You can't escape yourself. I think Jay-Z's. So I was watching, my dad was watching this political TV show, right? And they kept quoting rappers. They was like, I mean, it's all about Trump and all that, but he's like, yeah, man, I guess sorry he wanted to go home. He's like, you know what they say, sorry he wanted to go, snitches. And I was like, that doesn't smell snitch. And then I looked up the song. It's by one half member of the Clips. And or he's like, it's what Kendrick always says. It's like, what? That is so interesting. But yeah, Jay-Z got a line where it's like, no matter where you are, you are. No matter where you are who you are, player. Something to that effect. But, but some people, and I think I'm one of those people, I went to Japan and I found myself. Although I think I would find myself wherever I was, but I was different when I got there and I was different when I left because of just the uniqueness of things. But everyone's different. Like, here's some stories. Like, I met a girl. She spoke fluent Japanese, right? So she's in, right? And she would go, like, she was working for engineering. She was German. And every time she would talk to her colleagues, the men would not talk to her in Japanese. They would talk in cute English. And she was telling me this, and she was like getting so, you know how people get angry, like just, the fuck, and I was just like, and then she left. She's like, I can't deal with it, and she left. I met this dude. At one point, I was going to go to a school for music, 100% Japanese school. So I was going to level up, go to the school. It was like a grad school, and they had an internship at Sony. It was really a ambitious plan. So I went on their roster or on the website, and they had some like messages from the students that are in there. So I emailed all the students like, hey, I'm trying to get into the school. And then this one guy reached out, and he was like a Italian black guy. And this dude spoke Italian. This dude spoke French. He spoke Japanese, and he spoke English. He graduated from like MIT in America, but then just came to Japan, and super smart guy. He was a model. He had some magazine thing. So he should be living the life, right? He could rap in Japanese. Like, he was just on the path. And, he was like an Abercrombie and Fitch looking kind of guy. And one day I ran into him. He's just like, I gotta leave, man. Japan is killing me. Like, what do you mean? And he's just like telling his thing, and I'm just like, wow, he had everything that I don't have. He had the language down. He had the internship. He has. So it's to each their own. Let's see. No, get your mental game. Go. What happened to Messi Pro? Good question. So here's the dilemma, right? Messi Pro was the music channel, as you guys know. Well, it was this channel, but then it kind of migrated to the music channel. And then this channel is the talking about life, which I'm doing. but I don't know what to do with the music channel. Uh, well, three things happened. One, they demonetized that channel because of 10-year ago videos. That kind of pissed me off. Second, I, I just don't know what to put on anything, you know? And third, yeah, so those kind of things. Wouldn't you still be different if you stayed in the US in the last, I mean, you wouldn't be the same. It's a great question. And of course, yes, I would be different because we change. But for example, I was talking to someone the other day. If I stayed in America, I probably would have a kids by now. Maybe not be with the baby mama, but it would just be easier because I would, or maybe I'd got married already because, you know, I would be working somewhere and I would meet someone like, hey, and we'd be living in the house. Like that would have been a path, possible path. Japan kind of cut that out because the people I met, the females I met, they weren't trying to have kids and settle down. They were pursuing their creative endeavors. Um, it's possible music would have. I can't imagine music leaving me, but it's possible if kids came into it. I might have to double down and like do something to make sure they're eating every day. Not sure. Um, what's the name of the new music channel you have? It's let me uh, rhyming on the beats. Yeah, rhyming on the beats. We're up to 206 subscribers. Yay. I've been watching on, I remember a video you bought your sister Japan. Have any of them? I mean, she wasn't my sister, but, you know, good friend. She was gonna come back during COVID, or if there was no COVID, she was planning to come back, but COVID happened, and yeah. But yeah, she came out. I had another friend who was, I mean, everyone always told me when I came home for Christmas, like, yeah, I'm gonna come out and visit you, and then 2 years later, I come back home for Christmas, and so no one probably was gonna come out, but I have a friend, the one who took me to the Boys to Men concert. She was 100% coming. Like she had the ticket in hand. She was actually going there to see the Mario. So the reason I ended up going to Mario Land is because she was like, "There's Mario Land." I'm like, "There's Mario Land?" I didn't know because I don't follow that stuff. Awesome. That's what's up. 207. Yo, so basically this channel is it's Messy Pro. I'm making the beats minus the, because it kind of morphed into, hey, so I came to Japan, I'm making the beats, and it turned into like kind of vlogging behind the scene, then it turned back into music, and now it's like a graveyard. Haven't kept a bit, but do you think you'll go back to Japan at some point? Sorry for answer. Yeah, 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 yeah. But right now, I'm taking care of my dad, so that's what's happening now. But if events, whatever, then probably because I don't, I'm not feeling America so much. Not that I was feeling Japan either, but circa. Anime chicks. Yeah. Yeah. Japan, Japan. But yeah. Like when I look at my old videos, which I don't do so often, but I have them on a hard drive, so I don't know what is in it, so I have to click it open. And it's just so surreal. Like Japan is becoming a further and further away. Like I've been home for since February. So what's that? 6 months? Yeah. half a year. Technically, I left the first time November, but so it's just becoming further and further as a blur. It's weird. But when I see the videos, and someone said it, and I sent a video to my friend today, but I feel I sounded much happier because it's not always something. Sometimes I was bitching about something because that's what I did do, but it's just different. Maybe it's the randomness of things. I could walk in a direction and get lost. Here I can't really get lost. Eventually I'll start visiting other states I've never been to, so I have the opportunity to get lost. But yeah, but it's nice, man. I don't have time goes by fast the older you get. There was a guy on the Bible Network that my dad was watching, and he was saying like it's skewed that way. Did someone say random? What is going on, man? I remember you gave me advice and I didn't take it. I think, what was it? Subtitles. But I don't know how to do subtitles. Now it's kind of auto generated. And it's pretty good. I'll be freestyling. It'd be popping up, but not much. I'm just here, talking on Tuesday. Enjoying the company of y'all. Today was pretty good. I walked in the morning, made a video. I went to my therapist. It was meaningful. I think she's getting used to me, because now she's like laughing at my stupid jokes, and when I be rambling, she's writing everything I say down, but she's keeping the flow. Like I walked in, so I'm sitting in the car, right? And I see this rabbit. I'm looking at this rabbit, and the rabbit's looking at me, and I'm looking at the rabbit, and we're looking at each other, and I'm like, rabbits are scary, man. Scary. And then the rabbit looks straight at me, and I'm just like, whatever, I didn't mean that. And I see a squirrel. Anyway, so then I get into the office, and I see she has a rabbit, like a wooden rabbit, and she's like, what are you thinking about? Normally I wouldn't tell her because it's not important. It's random. But I'm like, yeah, you got a rabbit. And I was telling her about how I seen this rabbit, and it was menacingly looking at me. And she's like, so she gets my randomness. And I'm like, yeah, rabbits can kill you. And she's like, what are you talking about? There was a movie about killer rabbits. She doesn't watch TV, she claims. But I remember, that's good to see you still posting. Yo, it is. I think. Yeah. I don't really. I think random. You are probably the one. Like you're an OG to me, because I don't have too many OGs anymore. People don't be watching me like that. But yeah. And then what happened after that? I don't remember. Came home. Oh yeah, my dad's nurse came to the house. She's cool. Dad gave her some tomatoes. She left. I got ready for the gym. Today I was stunting, I usually I come, so I'm just like, I don't have much, but I'm just rocking this. Go to gym, doing some training on elliptical, then Zumba, came home, and started posting. So yeah, for me, this day was pretty fulfilled, and it ends nicely with like stuff like this. I don't drive a Maserati. I don't, blah, blah, but this to me is meaningful. I still bump you, which reminds me, do you still collab with Cheddar? Somebody was just talking about that. Nah, we haven't spoken since SMF. Well, yeah, it's kind of like the Snoop and Dre thing. They kind of so when it does happen, it's gonna be like huge for the people who know. But yeah, I'm working on a project now. It's called Moonrock, and it's not SMF material. Kind of dark. It's different, but I'm gonna try to get this cemented. There was an album that never came out because it was just too. It was just too raw. It was called Hippocrates, hippo with a little crate picture. But it was just on some. It was just on some shit, and I put it out, and I mean, I should have put it out. Like I made I guess a play right when COVID started. I made a play about COVID, and it was gonna be like an actual play, like oh my gosh, I got COVID and I'm dying, like that singing, and I had different voices and I had different characters, and I wrote it out. Actually, is it even? I would imagine. Let's see if I. Let's see here. COVID play. Yeah, I don't think it's here. COVID play. Yeah, but it was interesting. But I didn't put it out because I didn't like. So I saw this. Michael Blackston, the the comedian guy. He made a joke about the basketball lady, and everyone was like saying, you know, you can't say that. That's wrong to say. And he kind of retorted, you know, I'm a comedian. That's what I do. I make fun of anyone. You ain't gonna stop me from saying what I gotta say. But I'm not that guy. I don't want to. So I thought it was insensitive, and maybe it would have been, but that never came out. But Moonrock is gonna be about my life. Yeah, I'm trying to push it. It's gonna be hip hop, but it's not gonna be hip hop. It's gonna push. I've been experimenting with different different vibes. Yeah, I mean you can't hear it, but I just want to show it because I'm like a little kid with a new toy. So you know, iPad. Um, where is that? So here's so if you watch the video I made today, I was talking about this guy. Yeah. So this is a FM synthesizer, right? I mean, it doesn't sound so exciting, but that's how it sounds. And it really doesn't illustrate anything, but you'll hear it. But I want to use those kind of sounds, not technically hip hop sounds, but other sounds. And I could show you this one. Let's see here. So here's my thing. You can see Moonrock. This will be the cover. Little rock. And here's one of the song. Well, here's. I'm excited about this. Let's see if you could. Next time I'll set it up so you can you have that blue light in the back like a Jenner. I'm trying to switch it up, man. Trying to switch it up. but it's a different vibe. Like that kind of, I can't put a finger on what that vibe is, but that sound is. I'm trying to get that consistent throughout the project. But yeah, man, excited. But yeah, I bought these lights in Japan, and they're controlled by. You can use your phone to like change the colors. They have this thing on it. I don't know if this is gonna work. Let's see here. So it has like different settings and stuff, which can be controlled by the phones. All right, good night, man. Feels like an epic night. 5. Yo, we've been on for 2 hours, man. 2 hours. That's what's up, man. What time is it? 10 o'clock? Man, it's past my bedtime. But yeah. Again, thank you guys for rocking with me tonight. Appreciate it. And we have 2 more this month, and then I'm gonna start working. I'm gonna try to squeeze in at least once a week to kind of update with how shit's going. But it's gonna get crazy, man. I'm trying to get a job teaching, and then I'm gonna try to get a night job like stocking stuff. Uh, yeah, but you're appreciated for stopping through. Yeah, and at least we're in the same time zone, man. It used to suck being over there in Japan. But yeah, I'm trying to do this every Tuesday at 9 o'clock. And maybe my dad will be on again. Oh, you did miss that. My dad jumped on and he was doing his thing, which was pretty, wasn't expecting that. But yeah. Appreciate all y'all. Be safe and enjoy the rest of the summer. We got 2 more weeks. Be safe. I said that already, but it's important to be safe. We got a lot of crazy shit happening. And I don't think I'll be walking tomorrow. I got to do something unless I wake up early. I don't know. But anyway, I'm out. Peace. Always, man. I still feel the same seeing you walk and talk just like you in Japan. I appreciate it. Actually, let's try this one. We're going to do it like this. Turn that one, and then we should turn them this way, and then we just shut it off.